Hey everybody, it's Holly from Cape Cod Creatures, and I decided to go live for a little bit with a quick update. A lot of you asked where I was on Thursday. Usually I do my Thursday live readings, and I don't know if anybody's noticed, but I've been kind of falling behind on the tarot tags and stuff. But I actually was shanghaied into the hospital on Sunday night. So that was a good time. And I think they figured out what has been wrong with me. I haven't been feeling right for like the past few weeks, but I think they've figured it out now. And well, hopefully we have that sorted. But anyway, I just wanted to pop on and give you guys a quick apology for not having been able to update. I tried to update from the hospital, but honestly the lighting was really terrible, and the camera angle that I was able to accomplish with my cell phone made me look like Ursula, so I wasn't about to do a live video from there. Plus Johnnies are really unflattering. Although I didn't really wear a Johnny, they were actually really mad at me, and I was like, I refuse. I have dignity. But anyway, I am here, and I'm going to do a couple of quick live readings if anybody wants. I don't have my usual goodie bag of tarot with me this morning. I was running late for work, so I didn't. I didn't grab that. It was like not forefront. It was getting to work on time was the forefront of my mind. This is actually my first day back to work. So if you want a reading, just put a question in the doobly-doo, and then we will proceed. But I do have a bunch of the decks that I usually, my usual deck area, which my sister organized for me, and I love her very much, but she put my Hokusai tarots, like she sandwiched them in there really tight and kind of scratched the wax seals a little bit, and I'm trying not to be mad about it, but I'm a little mad about it. She did it to be mean, not to be nice. Well, she did it to be nice, not to be mean. And but anyway, hi Brenda, how are you? It's nice to see you. I'm doing like a few live readings today, and just apologizing for not having been in the tarot sphere for a few days. But anyway, if you want a reading or have a question that you want me to read for, just feel free to put it in the chitty chat box. If there's anything else in particular that you want to chat about, let me know. That's cool. There's a little bit of a lag in the chat. Excellent. I'm gonna do, this is just gonna be a quick one. I'm not gonna be on very long tonight. I'm only gonna be on until 7. I'm gonna do like a for reals makeup one on Monday, and then I will do my usual Thursday evening. And then I have an interview with Arwen on Wednesday, so that'll be fun. So I'm super glad that I'm back. And hopefully we're back in full force. But yeah, if you want a reading, you just post your question in the discussion box, and then we go from there. So yeah, anybody? I have a few decks. I don't have the decks that I usually have. A quick reading about your career change in private practice. Okay. Let's see, what do I have? I have Disciples. That's kind of a fun one. Sorry, I'm just grabbing a couple of tarot decks because I don't have the ones that I usually have with me, but we'll try a few. Sacred Creators is always good for career. And then I've got Disciples. And you know what? We'll do Sasura by Ito. I like this deck, and I'm glad it's here. So we'll do this one. Unless, yeah, we'll do those. Okay. So a quick reading about career. Yeah, I left my usual decks at home by accident this morning. I was like late to work, and I ran out the door, and then I got here. If you want to give me a little background, that's always nice. Like what in particular about your career or private practice you want a reading about. Otherwise, we can just kind of go, we can try going for it. But honestly, I haven't done a reading in over a week, so I'm a little rusty. I would lie if I'd lie if I said that I wasn't. Oh, it looks like we had a couple other people jump on to watch the chat. Hello, everybody that's jumped on. If you have any questions or want a quick reading, you can go ahead and post in the doobly. I'll be reading until 7, and then I'm going to go home and eat Chinese food because hooray! And then I'll get the Brenda, while you give me any details if you feel like it's necessary, I'll get this going. Legal secretary by day, part-time psychotherapist. Want to make the move to therapist full-time or have your own private practice? Okay. Will either of those work monetarily? Well, I can tell you that striking out on your own in business always, like, there's always more hidden costs, just because, like, I own my own business, so I can feel like I can speak from a place of confidence when I tell you that there's always stuff that you don't account for in business that surprises you. The secretary work pays much more. Okay. I mean, is there a way to do private practice work part-time? Okay. I'm just getting the other deck ready for you. Oh no, I believe it. And then, I mean, also, like, with the psychotherapy thing, I mean, if you're just working for somebody and you're collecting a salary for that, or if you're collecting a wage for that, there's a lot more that goes into opening your own practice. There's renting an office space, but then there's also insurance costs. I mean, the insurance costs are huge, and then you have to furnish the space. You'll probably have to hire a receptionist or at least an office manager to handle, like, the office duties, just because, like, you're not going to be able to do it all yourself. Coming from somebody who has done it all herself, let me just tell you, it is, like, insane to try and do it all yourself. Yep, if you're not, that's actually, luckily, that's what I used to do. So I don't have to hire a bookkeeper. But that's, like, the one thing that that's not cheap either. A good bookkeeper is going to cost you probably at least $50 an hour for bookkeeping, unless you can hire an office manager to do it for you. But even then, like, not all bookkeepers are created equal. So you want to find out if this is a good career move for you or not. All right. I think we got a good mix. All right. I like that one for you. And then that card. And then that card. Okay. So first things first with the tarot. All right, so you've got the this is the Knight of Pentacles, and then that is the Two of Cups, and then the Ace of Wands. And then let's see. Oh, hi, Church of Iron. Everybody, that is my other half. That is Chris. And Baldy, I'm doing this until 7 o'clock, so I'll be home soon. Let's see. So you've got the Knight of Pentacles, you've got the Two of Cups, and you've got the Ace of Wands. And the Knight of Pentacles is somebody, like, you know, this is a guy that does like to work. So, I mean, you enjoy the work of both jobs. I don't know. The Two of Cups, I mean, is there... I mean, like, I can see in these, like, where you're ready for the career move, like the psych work is something, the psych work is something that you're much, like, you're you like it much better than you like the secretary work, clearly, and you're not afraid of the hard work that it takes to open your business. Is there a better half that's like encouraging you to strike out on your own? I mean, it seems like you've got a really good, like the Two of Cups is like a good, there's either a partner or a business partner or a friend. There's just somebody that's really supportive for you. Hi Amy. Hi Colleen. How are you? That's encouraging you to do this. Like you've got like a friend or somebody that's just like, oh my God, you should totally do this on your own because you're good at it and whatnot, and they know you like it better. And the Ace of Wands, yeah, the Ace of Wands is like that new, it's almost, to me, that's almost like an entrepreneurial energy, but it's not like somebody who's after the money, it's after somebody who's doing it for the love of the work. Okay, and then your sacred, yeah, but you've got like, this is like a good support network, or maybe there's I don't know, maybe there's a colleague that is, there's something, this is important for some reason. Like there's a colleague or a friend or somebody that you work with. There's somebody in, like there's a reason this idea popped into your head. Somebody encouraged it, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. Let's see. So this one is the edge of evolution feels, you also for these, you've got the edge of evolution feels messy. And then you've got shift the way to new potential and inflow with money. So like, I mean, it's not necessarily a bad idea for you to, I mean, like, I don't know. I would hate to advise you the wrong way, just because I know how much work and how much money it costs to actually start your own business. But this isn't a bad reading necessarily if that is something that you're thinking about doing. I mean, it's just what I would maybe make sure that you're doing is that, like, if you have any large debt, because the other job like is such a big moneymaker for you, make sure that any large debts that you have are paid down. Make sure that the lifestyle that you're living is conducive with changing your career path this way, and then maybe approach it from a like, don't just like be like, oh, I'm gonna go do this now and I'll quit my job and I have no career path like planned out. Like, figure out like where you want to be, because I feel like when you do go to leave your secretary job, like your paralegal job, to go do psycho work, or like, you know, like, why did I call it psycho work? Your psychotherapy, like when you go leave to do that full time, you're not going to be entry level per se, but you're certainly not going to be making, I've been doing this my entire life money. So yeah, I think this is, I wouldn't say it's a bad move. This isn't a bad reading. This doesn't necessarily, this doesn't, like, there's no foreboding kind of energy here. But I think what I'm kind of getting for these is it's going to have to be a slow shift. There's going to be some hard work that's in there. But if you're the kind of person that loves is more about the emotional and whatnot rewards versus, you know, the monetary rewards, as long as you've got your stuff together, like there's no reason you shouldn't do what you love. And then also, I mean, the two of, like I said, the Two of Cups, usually sometimes it's, you know, it's the two of Cups. Usually this is like, it's either a romantic partner, and sometimes this can mean a business partner. So if there's like a friend that you have that's very business minded, especially if you are thinking about striking out on your own, if there's somebody you know that's very business minded, or if there's somebody that is in the same field as you that you feel like you could work with really well, that is somebody that you would want to talk with about maybe partnering with. Just, you know, again, just protect yourself where partnerships are concerned. Is, you know, business and friendships are two entirely different things. But nothing here to me says, nah, don't. This to me feels like this is like a new business energy to me. It feels like, I mean, just remembering how I felt when I started my own business. Like, it was like super, super messy. Like, it's super emotional and like, oh my God, what did I just do to myself? And then there was a big shift and new potential. And then, it took a while, but we're finally starting to get the money piece, like, kind of figured out here. But nothing here says don't do it. But, find a mentor is kind of where that reading is kind of leading me. But anyway, oh my goodness. So anyway, hi, Amy. Hi, Colleen. Doing readings, just kind of jumping on to be all, oh, I'm sorry you guys for not being around. It's actually a really good story. I was, let's see, I was working on Sunday and that seemed to be a pretty normal day. And then I got a call. Oh, Brenda, you're very welcome. I got a call at like 11:30 at night. And if we're going to be honest, because I super love honesty, a friend of mine gave me a Vicodin to take because I had a little bit of pain. I've had some like weird pain in my hip for a long time. And my doctors were like, oh, it's probably Lyme disease or something. But anyway, I had taken a Vicodin to help me get to sleep, which is not something I normally would do. But like, I really was very tired. So I got shanghaied into the hospital on Sunday night because the doctor called and was just like, your blood test came back weird. Go to the ER right now. And they didn't spring me until mid-Thursday. And I was just like, what the hell, man? I was like, let me out. I'm too independent to be stuck here. So yeah, that's kind of where I've been. And it's been really stupid, but it is what it is. And Brenda, you're very, very welcome. And Colleen and Amy, it's super awesome to be back. Being in the hospital is like the stupidest. I wasn't the picture of compliance, but they're just like, you can't wear your regular clothes. And I was like, bullshit, I am wearing leggings and pajamas. You can't stop me. And no, everything isn't really figured out yet. I've got a ton of follow-up appointments the coming week. They couldn't really pinpoint what was wrong with me, but they stuck me on some really high-powered antibiotics, and I had IV antibiotics, and they gave me just about every imaging test known to man. So that was awesome. She says with sarcasm, but they're calling it myositis, which is an infection of the muscle. And it's the muscle that wraps around the ball and socket joint of my pelvis. But it's not organizing. It didn't turn into an abscess. It just looks like the muscle is inflamed. But thankfully they didn't do a biopsy because that would have been like a big surgery wound. And I was just like, I don't want that. If you don't have to do that, don't do that. So they put me on like these huge antibiotics, which have made me feel like all sorts of off, and it's just like ridiculous. And they can't figure it out. But they seem to be working as far as the pain is concerned. Like I could walk around a little bit today, more comfortable than usual. So there's that. But otherwise, like, I'm super tired for like the past 2 days because you can't fucking sleep in the hospital. It's like, go to sleep. We're just going to take your vitals every hour, but shh, go to sleep. And you're just like, what the fuck? And then like the first night I actually spent in the emergency room, and then there was one poor girl like screaming in pain, like a room over. And I was just like, you have that? Like, I do not need to be here. Like, this is nothing that couldn't, yeah, pretty much, Ivan. How are you, by the way? I haven't like seen you in like a while. But yeah, they're just like, we're just gonna change your IV and then put this thing on your arm that takes your blood pressure, but it's gonna pinch you. And then like open your mouth and then like, shh, go to sleep. It's fine, you can sleep. And it's like, no, you can't. And then at 6 a.m., it's like the lights are all on and everybody's like, yeah. Oh my God, Brenda, 24 hours in the emergency room is like, I would chew my own foot off to escape. Oh, don't be worried about me. It was like weird. I was there. I almost did a live video from the emergency room, but the lighting, one, is really unflattering. Two, I didn't get to shower for like 4 days, so that was gross. I was like shiny, and the angle that I achieved with my phone was like really, it's like, you know that like part of The Little Mermaid where you're looking up and Ursula's got like 48 chins and she's like ha ha ha. I was just like, nope, can't even. I cannot do this to people. Like, I cannot. So I decided I would just wait until I got sprung. But anyway, yeah, so we're doing readings until 7. So if anybody wants one, now is the, yes, it was really terrible. The Ursula Chin was for reals. It was like the worst. But if anybody wants a reading, just post them in the doobly. And then I'm gonna do a longer reading again on Monday. We'll do more readings on Monday, and then we'll do the regular one on Thursday. And then this week also I have my interview with Arwen, so that'll be fun. And that's at 6:30. So I got a full video schedule for you guys this week, so that'll be cool. And then I'm also going to try and catch up on my Monday 6:15ish. I don't know, like the summer's going to start to get weird as far as live broadcasting is concerned, because my store hours extend. So I think we're going to keep them kind of short during the week this week. But okay, so Colleen, a general, what do you need to know right now? But yeah, so Monday is going to be like a 6:15ish, like give me time to lock the door here, turn off the music, and then get like the live chat up and running. And then Wednesday, my interview with Arwen is at 6:30. And then on Thursday, we'll do another like 6:15ish again, I think. But yeah, starting probably first week of June, my hours are going to go till like 8, 9 o'clock at night. So I'm not going to be able to do chatting until like 8, 9 o'clock at night. It is what it is. But unless I can figure out how to do chatting from home. You haven't seen, I don't have a back room anymore. This is like the checkout desk. But it's a dog boutique. It's a dog boutique, and we have a self-serve. I don't have back rooms anymore because I've got a self-serve dog wash now. But yeah, I've got a camera. I've got a camera in my studio in my house, but the lighting in there is like awful. It's art lighting, so it's even worse than retail lighting. All right. Oh no. All right. So let's see. We've got what phone? Sorry. And that's the other thing too. Like if I never have to answer my phone ever again, oh my God. Okay. So for Colleen, a general, what does she need to know right now? Oh God, Colleen, what did you do? Okay. We've got justice, which is like, this is the most disturbing justice card I have ever come across. And that includes the Ritual Abuse Tarot. And then this is the 10 of Swords. So that is interesting. And then there's a lot of sharp, pointy imagery in here. And then you also have the Knight of Cups. And I know. It's like, oh God, I can't even look at that. It's just like eyeball stuff is like one of my things. I can't even, and it's so eyeball-y. Oh my God. So yeah, this is like a very pointy reading, and I don't know. Oh God. So if I were you, I'd watch out for like naked guys in coffee shops. But really, let's see. I mean, if I was just reading this going by book meanings, I would have to say that like somebody's going to do something to you that's not so nice, and you're going to have to like, and it's probably going to be a dude, and you're going to have to make a decision about whether or not you want to keep that person in your life. But I don't know if that makes sense to you at all. Like that would just me be like going on book meanings. Yeah, I know, Amy, like it either logs you in under your like Oracle one or that one, but I mean, you know, it's fine. The chat goes away, so nobody will be able to find you from chat once the video posts. But yeah, Cape Cod Creatures on Instagram is my name. But yeah, I mean, this is just like, you know, some dude, some bookish dude that really likes coffee is going to be, he's going to maybe like be not so nice to you. And then you're going to have to be like, well, do I like you enough to keep you around, you piece of shit? But like I hate to, like, that's kind of where that's going. And I'm not really getting anything else off of it. Like, I'm not getting any like magical, like, I don't know. But I'm going to pull Sacred Creators for you too. You have nothing to hide, Amy? Really? Really, Amy? Not even if I dig deep enough? Nothing? Is that a challenge? Challenge accepted. All right, let's see. Pull that one. What's your honest truth? Actually, I think that's kind of really in line with the reading that you just got. And 20, what is that? That is judgment. So yeah, that is actually, because this oracle, oh my god, that glare is really bad. The Sacred Creators Oracle, the first 22 cards are very in line with the major arcana. So this one would be judgment, as far as where that would fall on the tarot scale. So I think judgment and justice for me almost always go hand in hand, because you kind of have to kind of like figure out like where you stand with you and where you stand with the situation before you can actually make a judgment about the situation and kind of make the right decision where that's concerned. But make sure whatever decision that you make is, well, there you go. So you have to make sure that you, like, you know, get right with you and get right with the situation before you make a final decision in it, and make sure that the decision that you make is the right decision for you and not the right decision for the other person involved. You know, you do you first. But anyway, does anybody else want a reading? Anybody else? I can fit one more in. One more. First person to comment gets the reading. Well, I don't know why I've just made a heart with my fingers. But, oh, Amy, do you want one? Excellent. What's your question, my dear? What is it? Why am I doing jazz hands? Is that your question? Because I don't know. Yeah, you should dig it. Like in anything, I mean, I hate to say it, but yeah, absolutely. Go ahead. Ask your question right away, Amy. But yeah, Colleen, I hate to say it, but like, unfortunately, it is a dog-eat-dog world. You keep being told you're an artist and a healer in the readings you get. Isn't healing an art? But nobody tells you. Yeah, I fucking hate that when they're just like, you're meant to be an artist and a healer, and you're just like, okay, but like what kind of, like, what? I mean, what? Okay. And no, Colleen, jazz hands are never not required. That is true. All right. So let's see. We'll do some Sacred Creators. This is a Sacred Creatory kind of a day, actually. I don't know if you guys have been feeling it, but some days I'm like super into this deck and some days I'm not. But today I'm just like Sacred Creator days. And yeah, jazz hands, I don't forget if I just said this, but jazz hands are always required. I mean, they're kind of a prerequisite at this point. Like if you don't jazz hands, you need to take Jazz Hands 101 before you even participate in one of my chats. It's like the rule. It's a cool deck, but you really have to be in the mood for Sacred Creators. Like there's no, and then I want to do something a little different for Amy. Let's see. I'm going to do that one. And then, you know what? I'm going to pull I haven't really used this one yet. I think for your tarot deck, I'm going to use my Ellis deck. YouTube is weird. Ivan, I hope that that's the truth. Like, I honest to God hope that that is actually what you do, because if you don't, you've just let me down. Like, for reals. I think I might be sad if that's not what you actually do. Okay, so for Amy, for you, I'm going to read from my Ellis deck. It's the big plastic one, and it's really fun. It's very artsy. So let's see if we get anything from this in particular. And the plastic shuffles really nicely, but the problem with this deck is it's ginormous. So I'm gonna actually try the side. Oh, the Ellis. Yeah, he's coming out with a new box though. Because it's the beginning editions are gonna be really hard to find anyway. So I think it's either his 3rd or 4th edition, he's coming out with a new box. So before you order it, just wait for him to do that, because otherwise it just comes in a tuck box, and tuck boxes are never my favorite. And for the price, you might as well get a good box, right? But the plastic one is good to have too. So anyway, yeah, it's super cute. There's a lot of elemental energy in it, and there's like the theme. There's an overall theme in each suit, which I enjoy. That isn't just like the suit as the overall theme. Okay. So we'll do that one, and we'll do that one, and we'll do that one for Amy. Okay. Okay, so you got the Knight of Swords, which is basically the Leroy Jenkins of the deck. I mean, just anywhere you go, usually he's like Leroy Jenkins. But here he's a little more reserved, actually. I like that he's a little more reserved in this. And he's riding a 3-headed crow, so that's very interesting. And then you've got the 8 of Swords, where this person is trapped, but she's kind of like got that Mona Lisa smile on her face. Like, yeah, she's trapped, but like she knows she's going to find her way out, so it's no big deal. And she might not know how she's going to get out just yet, but she knows she's going to get there. And then we also have the Lovers, which is very colorful, very creative. Not your traditional Lovers energy. So that's interesting. And then I think your Sacred Creators will help us spread a little more light on it. So we'll do that one. I like that one for you too. And you know what? I like that one for you. Doop-doo. All right, so overrate your intuition, so that's number 2. That would actually be, that would be the High Priestess here. And then limitations inspire innovations. And then fearless expression, which is the throat chakra. Okay. So from this, I'm not getting anything in particular here, which is really, really stupid, because I hate when you ask for a question. I think this is maybe something that you're not particularly ready to know yet, but you kind of deep down know. And then this guy is kind of like waiting to rush in as far as it's concerned. So like, you know, you feel kind of trapped because you're like, well, I don't know how I'm supposed to heal, and I don't know how I'm supposed to like do art, and I don't know like exactly what it is, and like I'm ready to go and I'm raring to go, but I just don't have that energy. Like you haven't gotten the orders to go. I think maybe your other half might have an answer for you. I mean, I don't know. Have you talked to him about this yet? Like, what does he think you should do as far as that's concerned? I mean, because this is very much a card of communications between two people, or a change of status in between two people. And like this one, this is like where this one, these are very bleak cards. Like they're all very like, it's like stuck in your head, like the red, dark, like meh cards. And this one's got like the color, and it's got, you know, like a support system going on in here. It's got pretty much every element. I feel like, I know you don't talk about deep things, but I think maybe it's time that you did with him. He talks and he blinks, but that doesn't mean he doesn't have any good ideas for you, or that doesn't mean that bouncing ideas off of him isn't going to help you get an answer. Sometimes it's good just to have a nodding, supportive soundboard for you to bounce your ideas off of. And that's basically what husbands are for. Which is horrible. I hope Chris isn't watching right now. But yeah, no, I think that talking to him about it is really going to be the starting point for you to kind of figure out what exactly it is and what direction it is you're heading in. Like, because you need somebody that you can, like, he's your silent brainstorm helper. Like, he's going to be able to help you with that, especially like the color is really what sticks out to me in that one. So I think that that is your starting point. And the only hint that I kind of, the two cards that kind of like give me a hint on this. So limitations inspire innovations. You know, you've got some limitations on you as far as being like, you can't just up and quit and become a healer. You've got a job, you've got a family, you've got bills, you've got like things you got to do, right? So I think they're like, yeah, they're kind of limiting, but that's also going to like, that's another support system for you to kind of like, you can explore extracurricularly what it is that you want to do before you really figure it out. And then a fearless expression, like I said, is all about the throat chakra. So as far as healing is concerned, like I like that you get the throat chakra. Maybe it has something to do with healing, is like chakra healing, or maybe even Reiki is concerned, because like that's all about opening up the throat chakras and like all the regular other chakras and whatnot. But talking might be like this like talking or words, or like where you have an English degree, like being able to talk people through things, or even like life coaching, or you know, like just even somewhere where you do a lot of talking, or where like words, something to do with, you know, you've got a talent in it clearly, so something to do with words. So I think really just kind of talking yourself through it is really good. And something to do with chakras, I think, is kind of where you're going to go. But if you're looking for like kind of art, art's always really personal. There's something that you know how to do, and art is such a broad, it's such a broad umbrella. It's because you've got like language arts, you've got theatrical arts, you've got fine arts, as far like you've got your classical fine arts like sculpting and painting, you've got photography, you've got singing. I don't know if you can sing, maybe that has something to do with it. You've got sewing, fashion, you've got like just anything can be art, literally anything. There's that guy that put a bag of garbage next to a sculpture and called it art. But like, yeah, the High Priestess card is overrate your intuition. I think that is kind of like, you already kind of know deep down what it is that you need to be doing. Oh, anytime, Brenda. It was wonderful to see you. And I'm super glad I could do that reading for you. I hope it makes sense for you. Oh no, I'm sure that we could compare Michael's bills. Like my craft room. We'll compare craft rooms. It's kind of like the female versions of whipping them out and slapping them on the table, is like comparing how many ink pad stamps you have. But yeah, you haven't found the one yet. When you find the one, you'll know. But also healing can be an art. Like if you're meant to be an artist and a healer, like there's no, like they call them the healing arts for a reason. Maybe you should be doing something more with your Reiki, or maybe there is some sort of all the craft supplies. Yes. and I just need them, and I need them to be organized. Oh my God, when craft supplies are organized, it just makes my brain feel so good. But something's gonna happen, and it'll click when it needs to. And then you can do, like Ms. Mitchell says, you could do the meditation tapes. There's lots of really good meditations to be found on YouTube. There's another meditation place called Headspace. I'm not organizing your craft junk, okay? Because my craft junk isn't organized either. It's just not. If I can't organize my own junk, how can I be expected to organize everyone else's? It's just not going to happen. But yeah, it was worth a shot, wasn't it? And you know what? It's the worst when somebody else organizes. Besides, craft rooms aren't supposed to be organized because that's not how the creative brain works. If shit's too organized, like you can't like put stuff together in your head. It's not how it works. Oh, somebody should come organize my decks too, Ivan. Yeah, we all need professional organizers. I'm like this far away from having to call Matt Paxton. Like it's really bad. No, it's not that bad, but it's you know, he won't be sleeping overnight in my house anytime soon with the cameras on, but it's getting there. But yeah, I think you'll be able to figure it out. Oh my God, Colleen's gonna come organize everybody's everything. Yay, Colleen! That would be amazing. Excellent. After you help Ivan. When it's organized, you don't want to mess it up, and you cannot draw those connections that you otherwise wouldn't be able to make because like stuff's not adjacent to each other. Like it's just, you know, a little mess is a good thing. If you have stuff that's too organized, you just can't. Oh my God, I just dropped those cards. I just can't today. But anyway. All right, you guys, it is 7:11. So I think I am going to call it quits for the evening. Not that this hasn't been fun. I love you guys so much, and I cannot wait to see you again on Monday and then again on Thursday. And maybe on Wednesday for the Arwen thing. But yeah, Amy, I think it's one of those, I think you need to bounce this off of I think like your husband knows you best. There's a reason you married him. And anytime. Oh, thank you, Ivan. I am starting to feel better. I think once I get off the antibiotics, I'll feel way better. Like they're just kind of just messing everything up right now. And I'm not allowed to go out in this fucking sun for 2 weeks. I live on Cape Cod. The beaches here are fantastic. And by the way, while everybody's not on the beaches and the weather's great, you can't go to them. Like I can't even. Yeah, when the decks are in order. Ooh, I love that. I hate when decks come and they're not in order. That pisses me off. Like a brand new deck and it's not in any kind of order. I'm just not a fan. Oh my God, yeah. So I have like 2 more weeks of no sun, but other than that. So I'm gonna pull us, you know, before I go, I'll pull us a Hokusai because I didn't get to pull us a Hokusai. Yeah, can we talk about my perpetual disappointment with the Disciples Tarot? My perpetual disappointment with the Disciples. I'm just like forever flabbergasted that they decided to do Game Crafter and charge me $45 for it. Not a happy camper. Like, and I really thought with time I would get over my anger, but really, like, I'm just stewing at this point. But anyway, I'm going to draw us our Hokusai for the day. I mean, the Disciples, here's the thing about the Disciples, the artwork is really good, right? The bordering and the captioning is a little, it's a little wonky, like it's not consistent, but it's not like so inconsistent that it's horrible, but the imagery is beautiful and like some of it's a little hilarious, some of it's a little cheesy, but there's like that's few and far between. But overall, it's a really good deck, and I would say the imagery is on par with Star Child. So when I ordered it, I was expecting like a Sasura Baido or a Star Child type of a deck, especially for the price that I paid. And then when it came in, it was a Game Crafter deck. And Game Crafter, like, the stock is shitty, The box is shitty, and the cards, after a while, my deck hasn't been starting to, actually it's already starting to do it. The cards bow, like they just kind of bow over time. I've barely used this deck and the cards were already like, let's be weird. So like the second it gets humid out, they're just gonna be like, I don't know, it's gonna be like Hermione's hair, only not as amazing. So I'm gonna pretend that I'm not disappointed in it, but I'm kind of disappointed in it. Yeah, the stock, like GameCrafter stock is just so bad. And that's an improved stock for them. So I can only imagine what their old stock was like. And she doesn't put in her listing that it's going to be a GameCrafter deck. Like, had I known it was a GameCrafter deck, I still would have ordered it. I still would have paid the price I paid, but at least, like, because it would have been like honest, like, hey, you guys, here's this for this deck to make sense for me to sell it and print it. Like, I printed it on GameCrafter and I have to sell it for this price, but it's honest, right? Like, I don't put product on my shelf and be like, hey, come and get this toy for $35 and it's like the most amazing thing and it's, you know, whatever, and I charge you $35 for it and you pick it up and it's like a shitty dollar store toy. Like I don't play it that way. And when I get something custom made for the store, I haggle down the price until what the thing I'm selling is worth the, like, what people are going to pay for. Yeah, I mean, like the Fountain Tarot is the same price. Here's the thing, like there's so many good decks that are the same price. And like I can't even. Like I cannot even. Okay. So our Hokusai for the day. Ooh, we got the Emperor again. This is the second time I've pulled Emperor for us. So again, this is you know, we've got some immovable duties coming up, like some stuff we can't avoid. We've got some growing up, we've got some like grown up adulting to do, but also there are places where we can kind of bend the rules and have a good time. So I think this is a good one for us this week. You know, there's some, just like I said, there's some, like, you've got to be some grown up, handle our business. It is like the end, like we're getting towards the end of a month, like, so pay your bills and do all that stuff. But also, you know, it's almost summer, yo. Let's have some fun with this weather. Have some, like, have a good time. Know where to bend the rules, but know where you can't. So that's like my favorite Emperor ever. Yes, I know adulting is the worst. Don't even pretend like adulting is a yay. It's not a yay. But that's our Hokusai for the week, at least until Thursday, because I didn't get to pull us one. No, anytime. I didn't get to pull us one on Thursday, so I will pull us another one this coming Thursday. So yeah. All right, you guys. With that, I'm going to go. Ivan, it was awesome. Thank you for popping on. And Amy, Colleen, Mrs. Mitchell. That is still so weird for me. I've been practicing saying Mrs. Mitchell and not having it mean my neighbor. But yeah. So who else am I missing? Brenda. I think Brenda already left. But I said Ivan, Amy, Colleen. Yeah, everybody, it was awesome to see you. Thank you for hanging in with me. And I will talk to you on Monday. And I'm glad I popped on too, Amy. Thank you, guys. Have a good one.